Julia, congratulations on your new romantic thriller, I Love Trouble. Tell me a little bit about the story.
Well, it's a bunch of stuff all in one movie. We've got action and adventure and suspense and comedy and romance and just chock full of stuff.
Now, there's great chemistry going on between you and Nick Nolte. It looks like you're having a lot of fun. Was it as much fun as it looked like to us?
It was great fun. I mean, it's great. They're great characters to play, sort of all that rapport and that banter and that style of sort of, you know, contention and humor and sort of romance and denying it and all that kind of stuff. So it's great fun to play.
It reminded me of some of the classical old movies from the 40s where there's a couple that have a great rapport between the two of them. Did you watch any old movies for research?
Well, I mean, I'm a great sort of old movie fan, so, you know, most of those kind of movies I know, and I think that, you know, I have a sense of all that old style rapport where you don't have to spell it all out and you can be smart and strong and aggressive and be appreciated and everything. And but I think we tried to take our own sort of original 90s approach to it and not really try to emulate those movies too much. I think that they're all so great, you know, that it's dangerous territory to try to sort of be like something that was so perfect.
Now, you're pretty cheeky in parts of this film. Do you like doing that? Because it sure looks like it.
Yeah, I do a lot.
You did all your own stunts for this as well, I'm told. Don't you worry about that? I mean, that's a little bit dangerous. There were some pretty dangerous stunts in this. Well,
they asked me to do it. I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, actually, there's a great girl, Tabby Hansen, who's a stunt girl, who's sort of stood alongside me in many movies that I've done, and so she did some of the things. But for the most part, you know, they had me out there doing it, and I figured, you know, if they were brave enough to ask me to do it, I'd be brave enough to do it.
How do your insurance people feel about it, though?
I don't know. I was really surprised that they even, like, let me. I thought I'd be having to say, oh, let me just give it a try or whatever, but they just throwing me right out there.
Now, you're very famous. I mean, you're probably one of the most famous female stars around these days. What is the best thing about being famous?
The opportunities that I'm afforded to do the work that I want to do.
And what is the worst thing about being famous?
Not being left alone to do those works.
Do you get tired of the recognition?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Recognition, if you're talking about, you know, a young woman in the grocery that wants to come up and say hi because she liked a movie, then the answer is no. If you're talking about the idea of the sort of probing, scrutinizing, unrelenting glare of people whose pursuit is a completely disrespectful one, then the answer is yes.
So tabloid stories, when those come out, I mean, those must be pretty upsetting for you.
They're of no consequence to me. They have nothing to do with me. They are, with the exception of my name being right, have nothing to do with me, aren't about me at all.
Now, I want to ask you a little bit about your childhood. You come from an acting background. Your whole family was involved in acting. Was it kind of a predetermined thing that you were going to go into acting, or was it...
Sort of cosmically, I think it was. You know, I mean, you know, it wasn't sort of like, you know, you're Julia and you're an actor, you know. But I think that, you know, just sort of genetically, we're all sort of dysfunctional in this way. This became our pursuit.
Did you ever envision yourself doing anything else, though, like being a doctor or a lawyer?
I did. I wanted to be a veterinarian for a long time because I love animals and I love sort of taking care and that whole thing, but I really didn't like science in school, so that sort of fell to the wayside the minute I discovered that science was not for me.
Now, you've been nominated for a couple of Oscars, but you've never won. Would you like to win an Oscar?
I mean, I guess in theory, yeah, everybody would. I've always been completely satisfied with ever even being thought of in that way. So in those moments of sort of being called out as a nominee, in those moments I didn't necessarily want to win. I was really happy with what I had and didn't want anything more, you know. But in theory, yeah, I guess, you know, every actor does.
Does the thought of making an Oscar speech, though, kind of scare you?
Well, you know, I've like presented, at the Oscars, presented a song, one of the songs that was nominated, a Randy Newman song. I had to go out and introduce Randy Newman doing this song, and I thought I was going to die. I mean, it's just the most horrible moment of anybody's life.
And you're just presenting at that point,
Yeah,
not accepting
I mean, it's horrible. Like walking across the stage, you think, right, this is the moment where I'm going to fall. And a billion people will see it, It's really terrible.
Before we go, tell me what you're working on next.
A movie called Mary Riley that I'm doing right now in London that Stephen Frears is directing. Me and John Malkovich are doing it, and it's just been so great. I'm really thrilled to be there and doing it. It's a really interesting story.